so happy to have you on with us because you know we've been able to enjoy some rugby here and there, but after seeing this, it kind of gives you a little bit more insight of the heart. Of course, we start out right in Chicago, and it just makes you wonder. Like, I think it's about time for rugby here in the U.S., right?
Oh, I've been saying it. I think
Yeah.
so too.
Yeah, and of course, you've loved it, for years, and been a part of it. And why do you suppose now is the time?
um, well, we've called it a sleeping giant for a long time, but now I think is the time more than ever because the level is actually getting there where people from all over the world are recognizing the brand of rugby that we're playing is a very exciting style, and the whole MLR is just a really exciting, very physical thing to watch. So I think it's the perfect thing for especially like football fans to watch when there's no football on. It's like the counterpart where you get some even nastier hits sometimes. So I think it would quench that
Yeah,
physical thirst, you know.
yeah. Well, we need something here in Dallas while the Cowboys aren't giving us our championships,
Exactly.
right?
That too. That too.
Yeah. Well, when did you first fall in love with rugby?
Um, I would say like eighth grade is when I started. Maybe like beginning of eighth grade, end of seventh grade. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it was pretty young. Like that, I think my generation is one of the first to have that. Like that's not even super grassroots, but that's the youngest it's been. Like before me, a lot of them started playing in college or stuff like that. So I was really lucky to start playing early.
Yeah, and at what point did you realize, like, oh, man, I get to do this for a living? Because it's a pretty exciting moment.
um, well, I'd say like the switch came. So I went to Western Michigan for a year or
Mhm.
for 6 months until COVID happened, and I was going to be a pilot. And my like main um, reason to be a pilot was because I wanted to see the world, I wanted to travel and all this stuff. And then I got selected for this U18s sevens tournament, and it was going to be in New Zealand. So when I went there, a flip switched, and I was like, wow, this is what I can really do with rugby. I can travel the world and do something I love at the same time. Maybe the payment's not as good as a professional pilot, but it's way more fun. So that was the moment where I was like, this is what I want to do. I'm gonna play till the wheels fall off. I'm gonna transfer to Indiana University. I'm gonna take it really serious. So that was like the defining moment when I went there.
Oh, that's so cool. Well, then of course you get out there, and it's an even tougher game when it gets on that pro level, right? So did you kind of just feel rocked by it a little bit?
It definitely is. My first moment of feeling that was in Hong Kong. My first
Mhm.
time playing with the national sevens team. Um, it, Hong Kong is the birthplace of sevens. Like if you don't know, like they go crazy for sevens over there. So like walking in the stadium, you hear like, "Ah, wow." Like it was it gives me butterflies even like talking about it now. And I got to lead our team out of the tunnel against what was then gold medal Fiji. And in my first tournament, and like just look at them, and it's like their home turf pretty much. It was the craziest like welcome to the series thing ever, welcome to professional rugby. And then I remember I passed the ball and I got smoked by this like 300-pound man. They called him the warden. And then I was like, that was my welcome to professional rugby moment. So it was good.
Yeah, I've actually seen the Fiji team play in Fiji, and it's they're something else. So
They are incredible. They're incredible.
yeah. That's so cool. Well, the good news is now, of course, as this builds, you're getting to see kids now looking up to you, going, "See, that's what I want to do." You see like the next generation. So, what kind of
Yeah.
advice do you give to those kids that want to follow in your footsteps?
Uh, you just got to stay in it until you get your break because it's not luxurious for for a long time, or it can be. Like some people get a big break earlier or whatever, but if you stay in it and get in the grind, you can do things and see the world like how I have and how many of my teammates have on this team. And you can reap those benefits. And so just like staying in the fight because there's in the lower levels of rugby at this moment, it's not a pretty thing. Like you'll play a park, but you get those minutes in, and then you play in front of 60, 80,000 people. So it's just one of those things where it's might not look pretty now, but it'll pay off if you stay in it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said. My co-host is Drew Pearson, one of our great Dallas Cowboys. Caught the Hail Mary, went in the Hall of Fame, and so
Nice.
uh, so we love to ask people the Hail Mary moment, which is that moment in your life or career, I guess so far, where you just kind of had to go for it and it worked out for you.
Hail Mary moment. Um, okay. Well, so I went to when I was at IU, I was in the national sevens team for like 2 years in and out. Every time I could get a break from school, I would go with them and train and play. So when the Olympics was coming around, it was right when I was about to graduate. So I was like, sweet. As soon as I graduate, I'll just go out there and live there. Awesome. But then as I'm graduating, uh, there's older guys that come back for the Olympics. So the coach was like, well, now we don't have space for you. So maybe enter the MLR. And I was like really sour about it at first because the type of person I am, I'm just like so focused on whatever I'm focused on. So I was like, dang, like I don't want to really do this. Like I don't know how it's gonna be. I'm a big sevens guy. I want to play sevens. I want to play the Olympics. And then when I came here, just the Hail Mary of deciding like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna really buy in here, and it paying off, and me playing well and getting all these opportunities. That was kind of like the moment, and it's just a mental thing of just accepting it and adapting to the scenario.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Well, and part of that is that success mindset. And we talk about that on the show all the time. You just kind of have to, even if you're not feeling it or something else is going on, you have to get out there and do your best. So, is there something you tell yourself that kind of keeps you on the right path always?
um, I I'm big on like journaling and like affirmations and stuff like that. But like one of the sayings I would say is just it's 3 words and it's just love, trust, and execute. And I'll
Yeah.
say those to myself over and over, and like um, I'll write them on my wristband or whatever. And I feel like anytime I'm straying from what I need to be doing, those are the 3 things that like kind of anchor me down and what I should be doing. So it kind of gets me back on the right track.
Yeah, beautifully said. And that's you got to have that with that winner's mindset. And sometimes it's tough out there. I can't
Yeah,
imagine doing the things that you do.
yeah, we love it though. Like,
Yeah, that's so cool. So, what are we looking forward to this next season? How do you feel like things will be different?
mm, well, we're in the middle of our season now,
Yeah.
so
Hmm.
I, I think that we're 4-1 now,
Yeah.
and so we're doing well, but we still have some notches to turn and some screws to tighten. So um, we definitely want to go for the shield this year. We fell just short last year, and I think it eats at a lot of us still to this day. So
Hmm.
it won't be over until we're lifting that shield up.
Yeah. Well, you can tell by watching it. And is it kind of interesting to watch? These guys you play with all the time, them kind of explaining their story too, because it might be a different way than you guys talk amongst each other, right?
Yeah, yeah, it is. And it's always weird seeing even yourself back on the camera
Yeah.
range. But no, it's funny because the guys are much less serious than they come off. There's a lot of of good times that are had here. And it, the one thing I wish the doc kind of got a bit more was like the actual crack we have. And I know it'd be hard to show on the
Yeah.
documentary because you want it to be viewable for everybody, but like
Mhm.
the good times we have and the goofiness that comes out of it, like it's the best place ever to work. It's just there's always a smile on everyone's face. So
Yeah. Hey, that's the next series, right? The real behind the scenes, yeah, funny
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, exactly.
That's so cool. Well, in watching this and also seeing other people's stories, what are you hoping that people will take away from this series besides just completely entertaining?
um, I would hope that it really just inspires a younger generation um, to play, and it shows the professionalism of what it can be, and um, that young kids want to be in shoes that we're in now, and that's the biggest thing for me, because those will be the even if they don't make it to the top level, they will be the diehard fans of the sport. It'll grow the game exponentially. So that's what I really want out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, of course, you're mid-season right now. What do you like to do during the off times?
Um, so lately I picked up like sewing, which I
Yeah,
know is strange. But yeah, I like upcycle
yeah,
vintage clothes and make them into hoodies and tracksuits and stuff. So we just did a pretty cool one over the last weekend. Um, I made a tracksuit from a jersey that I'd worn last year for the Hounds,
wow.
and we auctioned it off or like raffled it off for the Paws,
Hmm.
which is a animal shelter in Chicago. So it raised like over $700. It was just really cool for the
Yeah,
community. So that's been something I've been working on like recently.
good. So maybe we'll see a some kind of fashion line from your clothing line soon.
I don't know. I really just do it because I like having the creative outlet and just I like making things and I like weird things. So most things that come out I don't really like. So when I get to make them myself, that's when I really like them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's possible, I guess.
No, that's so cool, and it's good that you can do something. And that's one of the great things about professional athletes. You can use your name and your face and your voice to do something good for other people or for our little furry friends. So that's awesome. You can do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool. Well, last thing, what is it that you want to see accomplished in the rest of your career? I mean, I know you're early on, but there's I know that you've got your sights set on something here.
Yeah. I mean, my sides haven't changed too much
Mhm.
from last year. I want to first right now win the Shield. Second,
Yeah,
I want to go to the World Cup in 27 with the USA 15s team, and then after that, I want to go to the Olympics with the sevens team in 28. Both will
yeah,
be well. The World Cup will be in Australia. This 28 will be in the USA, so that'll be huge for me.
yeah.
I would love to do that.
That's wonderful. Well, we're so proud of what you've done so far. Great to get to know who you are and see a little bit behind the scenes. And we're going to tell everyone to check out the series. Really appreciate your time today and look forward to talking again soon.
Yeah, please do. It's been an honor. Thank you.
All right, thanks so much. Appreciate you.